This is 10,000 times. We're talking 40,000 a month in Texas alone. 1 million times Jeffrey Epstein. Here it is.
So when you land in these cities, you're meeting these sponsors that are there to pick up the children.
Correct. And when we get to these cities, we're told to wait for them in baggage claim.
Regarding the sponsors as well, like how are the children tied to these sponsors?
Yes, so the children give the name to the people at the shelters, and the shelters will reach out to this person, and then they have their process that is very easy to, how can I say it, when they look into the person, if they see they're not related, they don't care. They'll prove it, and they send the kid off to this person. And the sponsor will tell us, oh, I'm not a family member, I'm not the kid's father, I'm not the kid's mother, I'm not blood related, it's just a friend. And it makes you wonder, like, what do you mean just a friend? Like, who are you? But we're not allowed to bring these things up as long as it's the person on the paper, as long as it's the person who shows up and gives you the proper documentation, then we leave the child. So when we first started doing this, they were always family members, and a lot of the times now, kids will say it, or we find out ourselves that they're not related. In the beginning, we can easily tell that it was the family, because they would cry, they would hug them. But now it's no more crying, no more hugging. It's just, hey, I'm here to pick you up, and that's it. They won't look at the kid. They will be upset that they have to show up to the airport. And it's weird. It's very weird and sad and frustrating because you get to know the kid throughout the day and you want to be happy for him. But then when you get to where you're going and you're like, this is the person that they approved, like it's kind of upsetting. I'm guessing they're overwhelmed and they can't find family members, and if they can't find family members, they want to get these kids out of the shelter as soon as possible, so they will approve anybody that the kids say, hey, I want to go with him or I want to go with her.
You said that you guys are so overwhelmed right now, overwhelmed to the point where MVM Inc. is mass hiring people and they're not being properly trained, which is leading to negligence when it comes to identifying these children and their sponsors properly. Can you talk to us about that?
It's one of the emails that I showed you. It's an email where they're pinpointing that, hey, you guys are accepting stuff that was IDs that were not approved. You guys are letting these kids go with people who are not on the list, who were not approved, and sometimes there are people who are not even on any documents for the child. And it tends to happen where these sponsors will show up and they will say, I'm here for the kid, but it's really the sister or a neighbor because the sponsor didn't feel like going. And these kids are being sent off with neighbors, with people who are nowhere near related to these kids. And it's just a mess right now. None of the rules that we're supposed to follow are being followed. And that's why that notice went out saying, hey, you guys need to pick it up and you guys need to accept the proper documentation. I want to say the biggest thing is what's going on right now is too many border crossings, too many kids, and these companies will take all this money from taxpayer money in the millions, but they won't do the hiring process the right way. A lot of people get hired and their background hasn't even come in yet. They'll get emails a month or 2 months into the job saying, hey, you need to do your background. And it's crazy because, it could be a child offender, it could be a bad person, and they have access to kids every day.
If we allow this to continue, it's on us. Biden told the third world to come here. The UN set up the bases. They did it. And now it's happening. When we come back, I'm going to show you a clip from 1.5 years ago in McAllen, Texas, where a man comes out to confront us because we had undercover police inside while he's ready to pick up little girls to take them to Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, this is hell on earth. This is out in the open. This is unbelievable. The hunger of the satanic New World Order is to feed on children, and they're doing it in front of us. You talk about Jeffrey Epstein. This is Jeffrey Epstein 2.0. This is incredible. But we're going to archive this live show to band.video, and you're going to go there on your email and text messages, and you're going to share this report with Savannah Hernandez, and you're going to fight for those children and never give up, and I will never give up, and Savannah will never give up. We'll be back. Stay with us. Hour number 4 and hour number 3 straight ahead.